Tonight, on Be Something Wonderful, how to change your past with revision the Neville Goddard way. I am your host, Tom Kieran, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I want to talk about revision, revising your past, revising a past event, rewriting a memory or a past event using this technique that Neville Goddard talks about. Now, many times, all of us, right, we recycle these past events, right? And we remember something from the past. It could be yesterday, it could be 10 years ago, it could be 20 years ago. When we recycle and remember that past event, that affects how we feel now. That creates emotions, beliefs, and assumptions about us in the present. And that present then carries into the future. So if you've been feeling stuck in your imaginal act, and a few of you have written me over the last couple of days, Tom, I feel like I'm imagining my wish fulfilled. I'm living in the end. I feel like I'm in the Sabbath. I'm walking in that conviction, in that confident expectation that it will happen, but it's still not manifesting in 3D reality. What's going on? Well, what might be affecting that is that recycling of past events. You are expecting what happened in the past to happen again in the future. How do we change that? How do we really open the floodgates on our imaginal acts for our future desires? One way, guys, to really open those floodgates is to revise the past using your imagination. We're going to unpack that right now. So, here's the thing. We believe, most people that are walking around in 3D reality believe that events create memories. Then those memories create these feelings. And we have these feelings in the present that carry into the future. Here's the thing. It's not the events that create the memories. Hear this. This is big. It's the memories that create the events. Why? What is a memory? A memory is a mental image that you have of the past. What is a mental image? It's an imaginal act. It's not, and so in this case, it's not an imaginal act of a future desire. It's an imaginal act of a past event. So that imaginal act, just like an imaginal act creates a future desire or manifests a wish fulfilled, a past mental or memory or imaginal act creates a past event. When you change the memory, when you reimagine it, when you change the mental image, when you imagine the past or rewrite that memory in the past, you then change the past events. When you change the past events, you change your present feelings about those events, and that changes your future. This is huge. This is going to open up the floodgates on all of your imaginal acts. You're going to see coming in. So let's talk about this. This is very exciting. So what does Neville say? Neville says, never accept as true and as final anything unless it conforms to the ideal we desire to embody. That not only includes things that are happening right now, but especially things in the past. How do we do it? We revise them. Why is this possible? How can we rewrite the past using an imaginal act? Because those memories are simply mental imaginal acts in the past. And just like we imagine something for the now, in the present, for the future, we can change that memory, we can change that imaginal act and create new events. Why? Because all outcomes, past, present, and future, all exist now. We've talked about this. Time is an illusion. It's all happening right now. So if we can create the future in the present, then we can change the past in the present, because it's all happening when? Right now. This is huge. Here's the thing. Once you rewrite that past via that imaginal act, which is that memory, your subconscious accepts that new mental image. It doesn't know the difference between an imaginal act and that memory of that memory of that mental image, or that memory of the event. It doesn't know the difference. So if you create a new memory, your subconscious will accept that memory as your new past. When you create that new past, you create new feelings and emotions towards it. You create a new present, and you create a new future. This is big, guys. So basically, what are you doing? It's a revise. You're creating new memories. right? You're imagining that mental act that you've been holding on to, you're changing it into how you would have liked it to play out. How that past, your ideal past. So instead of your ideal desire in the future, you're now rewriting it as your ideal past. Huge, right? Why can you do it? Because memories are a mental act. Memories are simply a mental image, imaginal act in the past that you can change right now. Why? Because everything's happening right now. Right? And here's a key point, guys. Just like when you imagine that future desire, or what we call a future desire, that imaginal act, you've got to put yourself first person. When you're looking back at that event, when you're rewriting that memory, you've got to rewrite it by first person. You can't look at yourself like you're looking at a movie. You've got to put yourself in the body. You've got to be looking out from your body in that imaginal act, just like you do in the future. You're going to put yourself there and see through your eyes, not like you're watching yourself on a movie screen. That's huge, and that's a big difference, right? Once you do this, that changes your assumptions and beliefs about the past. It changes your expectations. When you change those, then that changes the present, and then that present changes your future. This, guys, opens up the floodgates. If you've been stuck in your imaginal act, that use revision, and that will open the floodgates. You can use revision. Neville talks about it using it 3 different ways. One, you can change past memories or past events. We just talked about that. And that could be distant past, right? That could be any time from your childhood up until now. Or you can change recent events, right? He talks about before you drop off to sleep. Just like you would imagine the future, you're revising the day's events, how you'd have liked them to play out. Maybe you got a letter you didn't like, or a phone call that didn't go your way, or something at work happened. You can revise that day how you'd have liked to see it. Then you drop off to sleep, and that new past then carries into your future, right? Or it could be he talks about revising on the spot. Something happens, for some reason your credit card gets declined, you don't have enough money, whatever it is, you can revise that event on the spot. That immediately changes that event, and then watch what happens, right? It changes the present and then changes the future. This is how it works, guys. This is big tonight. Remember, memories are simply mental images of the past. They're imaginal acts of past events. It's the memories or mental or imaginal act that create the events. It's not the events that create the memories or the imaginal act. That's the difference. When you revise the past, you change the present. When you change the present, you can create your ideal future. That's how it works. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Follow us on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Karen, our website at tomkaren.com or BeSomethingWonderful.com, or write me anytime at info@BeSomethingWonderful.com. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, with great love, this is Tom.